If you like a good pasta dish and you love casserole, then this recipe is for you. Hey y'all, I'm Amanda, and today at Recipes Worth Repeating, we're gonna be making a really easy pasta dish. So easy and convenient that you prep it beforehand, pop it in the oven, and you're ready to eat in about 30 minutes. My boys devour this dish, so I tend to make this one on nights when we have practice. And when I say boys, I'm not talking about just my son or my husband, but we've been known to have players and even coaches come to our house when I make this easy penne pasta bake because it's so delicious. Not only does it feed 8 people, but it's also a freezer meal. And like I said, you can make it ahead of time. So let me show you the ingredients that are in this pasta dish, and I'll show you how to make it. The first thing we're gonna do is we're going to chop a green bell pepper. Now I've already sliced the bell pepper in half, and you only need a half of a bell pepper. So go ahead and remove the stem and the seeds, and then slice your bell pepper. And then using a knife, you're going to chop the bell pepper and then finely dice it. If you have a vegetable chopper, definitely use it. It's gonna be faster and way more efficient. Next, you're going to dice an onion. So I've already removed the peeling and the ends from the onion, and you only need a half of an onion in this recipe. So once you slice it, you're going to dice it and then finely chop it. Now it's time to make the sauce. Add 1 pound of your meat that you're gonna use. I'm using ground beef today, and this is 93% lean ground beef. And then add in the chopped onions. And then add in the chopped green bell peppers. You're gonna brown the beef with the vegetables over medium-high heat. Mix everything together so that it's well combined, so those flavors can really start working together while you're browning the meat. Once the meat has finished browning with the green pepper and the onions, there's no need to drain any of the liquid. You actually want to leave the liquid from the vegetables and the fat from the beef so that it helps add additional flavor to your sauce. Go ahead and turn the eye off and remove the skillet from the stove. In a large bowl, add the meat and bell pepper and onion mixture. Add 2 eggs. Add 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. And you'll need 1 jar of marinara sauce. 24 ounces is what you need for this recipe. Or you can make your own homemade marinara sauce. I have an amazing recipe on the website for homemade spaghetti sauce that tastes really good in this recipe. But if you're in a hurry, just use a jar of marinara, it's fine. With a large spoon, mix to combine. You want to ensure that all of the ingredients are mixed well together with your meat so that you have a nice meat-based sauce. In a large pot, bring 4 quarts of water to a boil. Add in 4 cups of your favorite pasta and then stir to combine. You can use penne pasta, you can use rotini pasta, you can use elbow macaroni. Use your favorite pasta for this dish. Once the noodles have finished cooking, drain them and then add them to the bowl of meat sauce. Using a spoon, combine the cooked noodles and the meat sauce until everything is mixed together nice and evenly. Once the noodles and the meat sauce is combined, add it to a baking dish and spread evenly. I like to sprinkle on a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese on top of the pasta bake before I bake it in the oven, probably about 1/4 or 1/2 of a cup. Place the casserole dish in a 350-degree Fahrenheit preheated oven and bake for 30 minutes. I just pulled this easy pasta bake out of the oven, and while it cools, let's take just a few minutes and go over some expert tips that are going to help you when making this dish. So first, you can use ground beef, you can use ground chicken, you can use ground turkey, you can also use ground pork. The ground pork adds a really nice zesty flavor with a little bit of heat to it. And I also love the Italian seasoned ground beef when making this dish. You can also go vegetarian. You don't have to use any meat at all. You can just use the sauce with the cheese and the noodles. Another thing about this dish is that it can be made ahead. If you have time earlier in the day, you can go ahead and put all of the ingredients together, put it in your casserole dish, put some aluminum foil over it, and then place it in the refrigerator. And then when you're ready to cook it, you just pop it in the oven and you let it cook for 30 minutes, and boom, dinner's done. This is also a freezer meal. So what that means is if you have time to make it ahead of time, you can go ahead and mix all the ingredients together. And instead of putting it in a glass dish and baking it in the oven, you're gonna just put it in an aluminum tin or some type of freezer-safe dish, placed with aluminum foil on top, and then stick it in the freezer until you're ready to cook it. It's gonna last in your freezer for about 3 to 4 months. And then when you're ready to bake it, you remove it from the freezer, you put it in the refrigerator and let it naturally, slowly thaw for about 6 to 7 hours. And then once it's thawed, you'll put it in the oven and bake it for 30 to 45 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that the pasta has had time to cool, it's time to fill my bowl with one of my absolute favorite pasta dishes. I'm telling you guys, if you like spaghetti, you are going to love this easy pasta bake. And as you can see, it's still steaming. It's not too hot though. I like to go ahead and top this one with shredded mozzarella cheese, just to give it a little bit more of a cheesy flavor on top. It's the perfect dinner your family is going to enjoy.